first question, I put this one at the top because, okay, second question. First of all, congrats. I checked the Amazon bestseller rankings and Ethan and Gold is still up there. So congratulations. It is an amazing book.
I'm so glad.
So I need to know this. Do you have stock in Kleenex or something? Because you would make a mint every time you release a book.
Well, as I just said to at a Q&A, when I had students, okay, you often saw, I mean, we had a 96% free lunch rate.
Wow.
Yeah. And not the greatest area. And you often saw the broken, and you saw the kids who disappeared, and you saw the kids that you know were getting really high on the weekends and doing more drugs, you know, doing everybody's drugs. And you saw them, and you hoped that they survived and grew on to be older and wiser, because you know that the people who survive and go on to be older and wiser can be pretty incredible people.
Yeah.
And that just failing your class was not the hallmark of the be-all, end-all of their existence, okay? Unlike my peers tended to think, they failed my class, they shall die! It's like, no, they failed my class. They actually, you know, I think they're still decent people.
Yeah.
Right? And, but there was a wish for them to do better, you know, a wish for them to improve. And even though I knew it was going to be hard, it was going to be a difficult road for them. So I would try and write happy endings for that person, for those people. And that's where I kind of, my angsty books, my angst and pain, and not all of them are angst and pain.
This is true.
Now, some of them are very funny. I just finished a really, really funny one called Shiny, and it's funny all the way through. There is no angst, okay? The breakup scene lasts a day, and they're still texting, and it's cute, funny texting while they're broken. Well,
okay, I can't wait already, because you do amazing texting bits. When people are texting or twittering or just...
my daughter and my husband, mostly my daughter, cracks me up. And Mary Cummings cracked me up, okay? That the combination of picture and it's just a whole art form. But, so I do, you know, to some extent I do write a happy ending for those people, but, you know, in order for them to have that happy ending, they have to have the unhappiness first.
Of course.
Okay.
So, I mean, and I know a lot of people like, Amy Lane, Queen of Angst, because her books are angsty, but seriously, yes, I love your funny books. Clearwater is hands down one of my favorites, because Patrick's epic sex rant is awesome. No, it really does. Like, I never even heard of the term squinky before, and now I use it. And now I use it for almost any moment where I am just that's really squinky.
Butt sex.
This is terrible. Well, since we were just talking before we recorded about yarn and yarn, did you bring any knitting this weekend?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Well, I started off, I was all excited when I got here at, 9 o'clock at night, and people are coming going, Amy, I didn't even know there. I'm like, look what I finished on the cane.
Awesome.
And I pulled out a couple of skeins of yarn that Reese Ford bought me for my birthday, and I'm making a hat for my daughter, a chicken. And I have 2 pairs of fingerless mitts, one for Ariel, one that's going into my Christmas basket. I have a Christmas basket for odd items, and then I give them to my female relatives.
That's awesome.
And just, hey, I was thinking of you, we never see each other during the year.
That would be a great Secret Santa gift.
Yes, it is. It's just random things, like the fingerless mitts, which I love making, but I've already got 2 pairs.
You only have 2 hands.
Yeah, my kids, they lose them. So, although I did promise Squish a pair. I have to. She said she wants a pair of long gloves, and I want to look up a really nice pattern of something that will go up to her elbow and is all lacy, because she's my Squish and I do anything for her.
I love the stories about you and your kids. I love the nicknames. Your nicknames are just awesome and adorable. You've blogged before about your dragon.
Yes.
And I have a T-shirt now that has her dragon on it. But could you, I know that in your blog you explain it all, but I wonder if you could just give us, the condensed version of who and what about this dragon?
Okay, well, of course I grew up on Dragon Riders of Purr, right, of course. But I wrote a poem once about writing and what it meant to me, and it wasn't a comfortable poem. It was about, go away, change your goddamn diaper. I don't care if the sewer water's up to my ankle. I have to write. And the people talk about they have a monkey on their back, and writing can be a dragon on their back. And then at the end of the poem, it said, I have to write, I have to make dragon eggs. See my eggs? Aren't they lovely? Don't you want one too? And as a teacher, and I still like to think that sometimes I teach, I am the first person to tell someone, you did good. I read the opening chapter of your book. You did good. Okay, and a dragon egg to me is that it's the urge to write. And every book, every good book should have some dragon eggs in it, and some unsuspecting reader is going to come along, and that dragon egg is going to hatch, and they're going to have a dragon on their back, and they're going to have to write. And so my dragon was my urge to write. Sometimes you ride the dragon, and you whip that bitch into shape, and sometimes that fucker gets on your shoulders and takes you out. And so my dragon is the dragon eating plot bunnies. And, because dragons do eat plot bunnies. They eat plot bunnies and they lay eggs. That's their job.
So the dragons are like Yoshi from the Super Mario Brothers.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. And my daughter, my oldest daughter, Chicken, when she was in high school, said, Mom, you want me to draw you something? I said, yeah, draw me a dragon eating plot bunnies. And she went to the computer and she produced my logo. And to this day she goes, I wasn't a very good artist, I'm much better. I'm like, it's perfect. It's simple, it's funny.
It gets to the point.
It gets to the point, and the little bunnies look terrified, which is awesome.
Bravo, Chicken.
Yes.
Good job. So, let me see. I'm actually, okay. Speaking of a non-angsty book, I also love your collaboration with Alexander Bueno of Country Mouse and City Mouse. By the way, folks, get them. Riptide Publishing. Are you planning any other collaborations in the future?
With Alex, we're still talking. Alex is so busy, and I am too. My queue is backed up and backed up. I would love to be able to just sit down with him for a weekend and put out a follow-up. But we had a whole plot arc. We know what the next one would be, and we know what the next one would be. It's all a matter of sitting down and writing. Mm-hmm. And like I said, we're both very, very busy. Mary Calmes, and I think we're saving this, okay, because we finish each other's sentences. And we would love to do one, but it's all about time. And it's all about, she's the designated keeper of Amy's queue. And she's like, love, you don't have enough time. She's like, I know your queue. It's 17 books long.
Holy crap. I really should have had you both sitting here.
Yeah.
That would have been hilarious next time.
Of course I would, there's always my thing about it. Could be like telling Marlon the clownfish to say something funny. Say something funny. I can't say anything funny. Can you say anything funny? No, I don't say. Okay, Mary, I don't do funny.
I'm sorry, that would be incredibly entertaining. What are you talking about?
Yeah, if I could do it as one of me, I would do it much better with her there.
Cool. Also, you've also recently released or re-released some YA books, which are you? How is that like? How is writing those any different from your more adult books? Other than sex.
Other than the S word. Okay, all I really wanted to do was write an epic fantasy. And I didn't realize when I wrote them that the criteria for YA book is that your protagonist be a young adult. And I was kind of worried when I submitted them to Harmony Inc. to have, say, do you want to dust these off and re-release them? And the thing is that my protagonist may be 26 by the end of the fourth book, but he started out as 14. And in the course of the first book, he meets children, okay, in the home he comes to live in, and then they grow up. And so his beloved is 18 at the end of the fourth book, and her cousins are 15 and 13, and they're a major part of the book, and so that there are enough young adults in there. And for me, in a way, it was just like writing any book I write, where my purpose was to have the happy romance at the end, and there are some unhappy romances between him and male characters, not because the characters are male, it's not the unhappiness, but simply the nature of the books. Yeah. I don't want to give away the ending, but I will. Okay, I won't give away the ending, but I will say that not all of the male pairings end up unhappily.
That's good news.
Yes. Well, I didn't want to. That wasn't the message I wanted to send.
Of course, because it would be a really weird message to send given your other output.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. But I just wanted to write an epic fantasy, and I started out with Moon Destined, the boy and the girl, and the fact that there was an 8-year difference, and he was going to have to go out and be grown up before, they were destined to fall in love, and they knew it. But he spends a good portion of his life leaving, doing other things before he claims his moon destiny. Some of those things are boys.
What a great path.
I know. Well, he also saves the country and all sorts of other things, yeah.
So what's about boys? I'm kidding. So are you having a good time here at GRL?
Enormously wonderful time.
Good.
It's fantastic.
It is. This is my first time, so.
Oh, she was a virgin.
Was. My things back there, the little cherry stuck on it, because it got in the way of the dress.
It's fantastic.
Thank you. So I guess one more question. What are you working on right now, and what's down the pike?
I just wrote paper on the Jeremy's Next Story, which I love very much because I always knew Aiden was a wolf, and I dropped some hints that Aiden was a wolf, but we didn't see Aiden be a wolf until the end of Knitter in his natural habitat.
Yeah, we did
And
not.
Aiden comes out with the shotgun and kills the guy who was hurting his Jeremy. And now I think, I knew that they had an entire story again of, now we have the wolf and the bunny. And I'm adding Blackbird to it because Ariadne has had her baby. And the baby needs a little bit of help. And Jeremy, who has been a powerless bunny, and he finally took power in his hands when he decided he was going to do with Aiden.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he needs to learn how to be a very strong bunny, and the Blackbird is going to help him be a very strong bunny.
No more rabbiting away.
No more rabbiting away. And of course, Aiden is, as a wolf, needs to remember to be gentle with his bunny.
Oh, this is so hard.
I know.
I love the knitting series so much. I can't decide which series of yours I like the most, but it switches a lot of time between knitting, Johnny's, and Promise Rock.
It depends on which one is coming
Depends on which
out.
one's coming out, or what am I in the mood for to read, or what's going on here. And I love them all. And literally, people, seriously, if you haven't. Okay, first of all, if you haven't read an Amy Lane book, what are you watching this for? Stop. Hit pause. Pause.
Go buy my book.
Go buy her books and read them. And then we can come back and then... and I've said this for multiple times, multiple interviews, because I love every author I've interviewed. I mean it every time. Stop what you're doing. Read these books, people, because, you're an amazing author, you're also an amazing person, because you give awesome advice.
Okay.
You do.
Okay.
Literally, when I was, and sorry about the personal bit, guys, but when I was releasing my book and I was flailing about promotions, you did a post around the same time about how to promote your work, and I'm like, this is a checklist, and I will obey this checklist, and everything will be okay.
Was it okay?
It was very much okay. I'm quite happy with what's going on with that.
I'm glad. That's wonderful.
And I'm glad you're the first author. Yay.
I'm afraid my squirrel brain kicked in, but I was like, my squirrel brain kicked in, but I was like, this is very interesting. I want to see how he makes it through the next day. And then the squirrel brain kicked in, and it was like, I have shadow unit right here. But I will come back to it.
Awesome. I love one of the best traits of good writers that they're also voracious readers. What are you currently reading right now?
Currently, let me see. I'm trying to remember what is on my Kindle. There is Shadow Unit, which is a collaboration. It's like fanfic for a show that was never made.
Nice.
And the show that was never made was like a cross between Criminal Minds and the X-Files.
Ooh.
Okay, and you can only get it on ebook. And there's these Class A science fiction writers, Elizabeth Fair, the woman Emma Bull, Will Shetterly. Okay, just these Class A sci-fi. Okay, and I was reading this, thinking, oh, it looks really good. And then a gay character, Brady, who was their enforcer.
Win.
They're a cowboy. Yes!
We have a winner.
And, oh, wait. No, you want to hear the gold star? Tragic past.
we're in. Now
We're in.
Note to self, pick that up on Kindle when you get home.
It's just, well, not a lot of romance in there, but
That's
it's just like you would find Criminal Minds, where it's all about the procedural and sometimes the grim, ugly body on the slab really does make for interesting reading.
Yes. Here, here. Well, thank you so much for your time.
You're very
You've been so gracious for given how incredibly busy you have been with just being awesome and yourself. And thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Thank you for having me.
Bye, everybody. I will see you around with our next interview. Think we have a next interview? Well, for our next interview. Bye.
Bye.